And let me tell you what it is. Let me tell you when it becomes abuse.
I got a question for you.
No. Let me finish. No, let me finish. No, you let me finish.
Go ahead.
When it becomes abuse, when you don't sit there and don't have the love that comes with it. Now, when you sit there and you spank your child, and especially when you do it out of anger, that's when it becomes a real crazy thing. When you beating your child out of anger, that's when it becomes abusive. Really abusive. But you doing it out of discipline, and then you let them know and you tell them what's going on after the fact, and let them know it's out of love and out of respect. Like that's to me, that's when things are fine.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see any results with doing that?
Yeah.
Positive results. I'm talking like results that they will never do it again results.
Yeah.
So you beat your kid.
I've had results.
I'm not stop saying you beat your kid. I'm gonna say you disciplined your kid, and your kid, you know what I mean, stop doing the results came.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I respect that. What I'm saying is most people, they don't know how to discipline their kids. When he talking about beating, they're physically trying to hurt them like they're men or women, like punching. I seen women on camera, but they call that discipline. They call that love. Oh, you seen the videos with a mom, and I believe this is actually worse than beating your kids. When they got them on Facebook Live and say, he want to be bad, you want to be bad, and cut their hair.
That's child abuse, y'all. Like to me,
I think that's worse.
As far as not physically, but mentally, that is.
You okay with that?
That's
no, it's not a
problem, man.
Sorry,
you don't think that's not a problem?
I don't think it's a problem.
You don't think that's a problem?
I don't think it's a problem.
Putting your child on social media. Hold up, man.
I don't think it's a problem.
Let me finish. Maybe you agree with me afterwards. Let me finish.
I'm listening.
Putting your child on social media where everybody can see them. You embarrassing your kid in front of the world because it's not just the people on there. They can share that shit. It goes viral. Your kid is known for being the kid to get their fucking head cut or whatever. You don't think that's...
Because he ate a candy bar.
Because he ate a candy bar?
I'm not that person, bro. I'm not the person to put my business on TV.
Right. But I'm saying, you okay with that?
I'm not okay with it, me doing it.
But you okay with other doing it?
It ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. That's how I feel, man. I'm serious.
I think
everybody raised their child differently.
You think it's a new form?
Everybody raised their child differently. And if they're not really... everybody goes through trauma. And everybody goes through pain.
Yeah.
And sometimes your ass need to be fucking embarrassed. My mom had to embarrass me, come the fuck outside, and embarrass me in front of my friends to get me to understand, bro, little nigga, you don't run shit around here.
I get it, but I think that's the wrong approach.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't feel like it's the wrong approach.
Maybe you turned out good, but guess what? We living in a soft time where these kids are soft as fuck.
I don't give a fuck. You just toughen up.
You gotta admit though, like Ted's views and his style, at least in our era, was popular.
Yes,
but it's also you think about.
Hold on, let me connect it amongst black people. But why not amongst other white people?
Well, white people, I think their discipline is different from ours, and they hide it.
This is where I'm going. Is it because of slavery?
Could be.
No, you have white people that beat their kids. Like I grew up with white people who beat their kids like, with belts and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it a buck. That type of discipline,
especially
embarrassment. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Go
the other way around. White.
In our era, that I feel is more distinct in Black American culture than American culture.
You talking about embarrassing somebody?
Beating like that, and like I say when we grew up, I don't think white kids got beat in the middle of the street and it was like whoop their ass. Like we have that almost celebration of like
that's exactly what I'm
saying. Disciplining a bad kid, but I think it's different. I'm not praising or putting down, but because you can criticize how. I'm just saying, and generally, I don't think that was an American thing back in our day. I think it was a black thing.
I think most of our parents back then wanted to show people, not back then, but parents today. I believe when they embarrass their kids on camera, they want to show people that they're a good parent. And I don't think that that's a good parent. They want to boast and brag like, look, this is what I'm doing, and this is my house, and ain't nobody gonna control what I do. I think that's what it is. To me, it's more damaging to do something like that to a child. You get what I'm saying?
You talking about the psychological effects.
Psychological effects.
I hear you.
But when did we deviate from American culture, or how? I'm still trying to go to the slavery.
Yeah.
Is it? Why do black people discipline their children different from generally white people today generally, or from the 90s on?
And also, because you know why? Also reasons, because you had to make sure that child was in line, and then
save his life.
To save his fucking life.
Is that really what it was?
Yeah, bro, how not?
Man,
you don't agree with that?
No, man.
Back then, you don't think so?
No, some parents just had
some
a chip
people
on
are.
their shoulder.
We're not okay. Listen. We're going. No.
We're going past the mother.
We're going past the whole. No. Fuck that.
No.
All that other shit. We're going totally past. We're going past the person that's fucked up.
Yeah.
We're going past the people that do shit that just have a fucked up mentality about them. We're talking about people that love their children.
Okay.
We're talking about people that care about their family.
No.
But that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about the people that's fucked up.
You gotta talk about the people.
No, we don't. That's not what we're talking about.
We're not talking about abuse. We're talking about what was considered.
We're talking about people.
We're talking
about people that care and love about their family.
Now, you can say that was abuse too, but what he's saying is we're talking about the general public.
Yeah.
Now we can say that was wrong, but he's saying we're talking about generally. Yeah. Not those extreme cases. You
also got to remember though, right now you have like a plethora of child psychologists, right, who actually study this shit, the effects of. I'm not shitting on any parent out there who spanks their kid. Like if that's what you do, it's your child. Know what I mean? As long as you ain't fucking killing the kid after death, like I mean, that's your business, right? I'm saying though, you have like child psychologists out there who study the effects of children, and when they go to these prisons, they find out that 98% of these motherfuckers all got their asses whooped by their moms when they were at home. What benefit does it? It still shows that there's no actual positive. I mean, like there's no statistics will show there is no positive benefit to an ass whooping.
Break it down, Kev. You heard the
lady. And if you don't believe me, people go out there, research Stacey Patton. She's on Facebook. Look at her. You can look at her work. You can read her work. She's a brilliant sister. She grew up in the foster care system. She was abused. Not abused. She was physically disciplined. And she's an advocate for children. And you know what I mean? And she changed my whole perspective on parenting. You know what I mean? So like I suggest people to do that. There's just research some work from the
I talked to one of my female friends, and she probably gonna hate me for saying this, but one of my female friends, she disciplines her kids, and the way she disciplines her kids, she just goes off the rails. She curses, whatever. So I said to her, "Why don't you try talking to your kids?" Oh, that doesn't work. So I guess the question I had to y'all is why don't we talk to our kids before it gets to that point? Why can't your kids respect you? Not saying your kids don't respect you, but why can't your kids respect you enough that you don't have to get to that point?
Because they don't.
Why though?
Because they don't.
Why don't they? They should though, right?
No, because they're kids.
No.
You also got to remember
I'm not rolling with that. I'm not rolling with that because I know. Kids. Listen, I'm not rolling with that because guess what? I know some people who never touched their kids and their kids never did anything to disrespect their parents. So I'm not saying that.
What are you talking about? Kids do fucked up shit all the time. I did it. Y'all did it. We all did it. We all did not listen to our parents, bro. Every single one of us here.
I get what you're saying, but
every single one of us here.
I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying to you is, how did it get to the point where you had to physically put your hands on your kids? That's what I'm saying. Because
you sit there and you go over things over and over and over
and over and over again.
Because that's what kids do. Period. What are you talking about? Kids are going to do what kids are going to do.
Conclusion that kids are just going to be kids. There's no effects to that. There's no.
Kids are not going to be kids. Kids are not going to go behind your back. Kids are not going to sit there and sneak out the house. Kids are not going to steal your car from time to time.
Not all of them.
What you mean? Not all of them, but most kids do regular kid stuff.
Why is it the ones that we raised do that?
Everybody does that. What are you talking about?
Doesn't do that.
Yes, they do. Come on, man. Everybody does pre-adolescent shit. You're telling me You're telling me that you've never stuck the girl in your house?
Look.
You're telling me.
You're
telling me.
I see what you're doing. You trying to create a whole straw man argument. I get it. I know what you're saying. What I'm saying to you is, if you have to discipline your kids, shouldn't that be the last option? Or almost to the point where you don't want to do it?
It is the last option.
So for some people, it's not the last option.
Well, okay, but most people,
it's the first option.
What I'm telling you is, most of the time,
depending how mad they are.
Most of the time, when it comes down to people the people that don't give a fuck, are the ones that's their first option. But the people that are loving and caring for their people, and it's usually the last option. Listen, that's my last option with everything I do. I speak to my children.
Yeah.
I give them 4 or 5 shots. Yeah. About what's going on.
So,
listen,
so let me
I'm a talker. I didn't understand. This hurts me more than it hurts you. Until I became an adult, and had to do it myself. It hurts. It hurts me. It hurts me knowing that I have to sit there and do this to my child. Now hold on. It hurts me. The kids don't understand it, and they're not going to understand it because they're children.
Okay, so
it hurts me. It hurts me to do this, but to me,
it has to be done.
It has to be done.
I don't believe that.
Everybody's different.
I don't believe you should. I don't believe that you should result to that. I don't believe that. I believe that.
Different.
I believe that if you, I was reading a study about people in general, right? And they said that black people only use about 600 words a year in their household. White people use about 3,500 words a year in their household. I believe that if you talk more to your kids and you discuss more things with your kids openly, I don't believe that your kids would actually do things to disrespect you. If you did that.
I don't agree.
Wait, let me finish. If you did that, you talk to your kids extensively.
Yes, bro. Yes.
You talk to them about everything.
Anything. They can talk to me about anything. I speak to them about almost anything, bro. Yes. Yes, you
and
know why?
Still don't listen?
You know why? No, not that they don't listen. They're being children. They're being kids.
So if they're being children, then why are you beating them? They're being children.
It does, because in my eyes, in my discipline, this helps.
You also got to remember something too. Like some people, you may.
That's why.
Not you, but you may physically discipline your child for an act you don't like. That's just his fucking personality, man. Like there's some people out there who don't take kindly to being told what to do. They are.
Yes,
they are. They have and no matter what you do, you whip that child's ass. You put him on punishment for a month. You take away his phone. Next week he's doing the exact same shit.
I can speak to this because I have twins.
Right.
So I'm gonna frame it to you, Reese. I have twins, so obviously they're fraternal, but they're still twins. But one of my children is, I would say, same household, is more defiant, and it's like clearly more defiant than the other. So I would imagine that there could be another kid, or somebody may have kids that are extremely defiant. If you have 2 twins and they're not even on the same spectrum of how many times or I have to reinforce something or discipline, whatever that may be, on one than the other. So with twins, if you have that, you may have households who, when you said like the parents speaking 600 words, I mean, on the surface, we got to dig into that. We got to dig into the environment. We got to dig into income in the house, education, all that. Right. Once you cipher that out, if you have parents who are under stress and in a community that's under stress, I would imagine talking and discipline would be different from parents who are living off of generational wealth, whose problem is whether I give you the green Mercedes or the blue Mercedes for your graduation. Versus, bro, you gotta work because I know, what I'm saying.
It's law in my house. We don't spank if we're mad.
Okay.
Law. If you're mad about the situation, you cannot spank that child because that's when things get
Okay, so I
misconstrued.
guess what I'm saying to you is it that bad?
Sometimes.
What would you consider that bad when it's a child? Do they do anything like
hypothetical?
Hitting your teacher.
That's bad.
Hitting your teacher. Being very disrespectful in school. Usually, when school things are a type of thing, that's when things usually get real shaky.
Well,
let's take that real quick. Let me interject because I'm not taking a side, but like for somebody, school, how important school is, and if you don't make school, the projection of your life is going to be if you don't do good in school versus a parent who will get you through school, but we can kind of grease over any real problem that comes about because we got it like that.
Yeah.
You got to take into effect, whether you excuse it or not, the reactions to disciplinary problems to an F than one parent than another. One parent is just a blip in the road, and one is like, the stress of you not going to make it, or you're going to be a knucklehead out here. You're going to be like these knuckleheads out here. I can't let that happen to you.
Yeah.
You know what, man? You really can't. Even I give you an example. My oldest son, I paid for private schools his whole fucking life, man. You talking $10,000, $20,000 a year for private schools, bro. That shit'd make a fucking difference, dude. I'm talking about tutors, guitar lessons, saxophone lessons, piano lessons. He had a very, 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 very nice life. He don't give two fucks about school, man. And nothing I can do, that teachers can do, I can beat his ass, whatever, is gonna make him give a shit about school.
That's the point.
Hold up.
But that's the point. But that's the point I'm trying to make.
And I get totally what y'all saying.
And you know why? You see these kids. You know, I'm saying example, right? A kid today, they see me, you going to work all fucking day long, working 12, 13 hours. They're like, I ain't doing that shit. Which I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. That's not appealing to a lot of kids these days. We're getting all mad because these kids don't give a fuck about school. And it's like, yo, we're not like, I'm not saying us right here, but our generation is not as a good example why you should go to school. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you showing them? You're showing them working. I give you an example. My wife stays home with my kids. I don't see my fucking kids. Never. You know, I'm at work all the fucking time. That's all my kids see is, oh, dad's at work. I need to find a different way to make money so I can be the fuck home. You know what I'm saying? So we can push this school shit on our children. You know what I'm saying? It's not really working. And me personally, I don't think it's working. Until the schools trying to direct their path and teach entrepreneurship and stuff like that, or changing how the times, social media presence, different dynamics these kids want to get involved in. You know what I mean? As far as investments, these kids, my son's right now investing in fucking stocks and shit at 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? These kids today are like, nah, man, I'm gonna try to make my money work for me instead of me work for the money. You know what I mean? And that's what we failed at as parents a lot of times. I'm not saying Ted. I'm saying in general. Because I was that guy. If my kid brought home F's and D's, man, I was putting him on punishment. I was taking away his shit. You know what happened in the same market period? Same shit. Same shit. This is who he is, man.
This is a question I have for you. The question I have for you. Before you and you could speak. Question I have for you. That's a learned behavior. Where did your kids learn this from? It's a learned behavior. Whenever your kid do something that's out of the ordinary, and you don't do it in your house, where do they learn it from?
Yeah.
And why do you go to the extreme of disciplining your kid physically when you know that that's not them you didn't teach them that? You gonna beat it out of them? How can you beat it out of them? That some kids, it's a very fine line. I don't agree with beating, because it's a very fine line. Somebody can hate you or somebody can love you for it. I don't care what your intentions are. You can either hate me or love me. You're going to respect me, but some kids are like, well, I'm not going to do either. Because you put your fucking hands on me. And that's it. So you're doing the right thing.
I'll resent you.
Yes, you're doing the right thing by doing that. And I'm not saying that you should stop. No, I am saying you should stop. But I'm saying it's your house. You do what you want. But I'm saying you got to remember, kids are very delicate. Their brain's not even fully developed. So if you beat a child, they can go either way. And then through life, they might not like you because you put your hands on them. Or for that one time. And then you never know. They might have a revelation 10 years from now, and it might be like, oh, damn, my father beat me for that.
Yeah.
Or they might not
Deal
ever
with
have it.
Deal with it. Deal with it.
Then that's a selfish
Deal
thing.
with it.
You can't do
It's
that.
selfish for who?
For you to say
It's
that.
that selfish for me to raise my child. Make sure my child is on a steady path.
That's not. You can't look. You can
Look,
put your look.
listen,
you
bro.
can give
No,
a child,
bro.
You can give a child.
Listen.
You can give a child.
Listen.
You can give a
You
child
can, bro.
a tunnel
We've been
vision.
doing this for years.
Tunnel vision. You could give your child.
We've been doing this
My
for our
nigga,
children for
listen,
years.
I
And then all of a
understand.
sudden with all these psychological and psychologists coming around telling you what you should be doing to your kids, it's been working for how long? But now all of a sudden it ain't working.
That's my point.
No,
That's
then
my
your point. You're not
Look,
making the
look,
point.
My point is.
Now all of a
can-
sudden the shit ain't working?
Listen, my point is you can.
The shit ain't working no more.
Listen, my nigga. My point is.
It's not
you can-
working
you-
anymore?
Listen.
Why?
Listen. Let me explain my point. My point is you can give your child tunnel vision. You can put them on the right path. But society has made it where they can go any way now. So the way
It
you
doesn't-
you
Nah,
have to
bro.
figure out a different way to discipline them without doing it that way. That's what I'm saying.
Because society is telling you all to do that.
No, because society has tricked them into doing whatever they want.
You don't listen,
That's what
bro.
I'm saying.
You can have a
you're-
strong hold on your child, bro.
You don't.
You do.
You do not.
You
have a strong-
influence a lot with your children.
Influence and having a stronghold is different.
No,
That's
you
totally
influence
different.
a lot with your children. Influence a lot.
You don't have a stronghold.
And
with your children.
sometimes it doesn't.
not- you're
And
not
sometimes,
the
and
teachers
sometimes you have to make that decision for them.
Bro,
Fuck what they think.
The teachers are with the children more than you.
I don't
Every
care.
day.
Fuck what they think. Sometimes you gotta make that decision for them because you are the parent.
I get it. I
So
get
what
it.
I'm
I
saying
get what
is,
you're saying then. I get
yo,
it.
that's all I'm saying. Period.
What
You
I'm
have to
saying-
make decisions that they cannot make because they're a child.
What happens? What happens when?
So
listen.
look, listen. I understand what y'all saying. I get it, bro.
What
I
happens
totally.
when you- what happens
no,
when
I
you
no,
discipline your child?
I totally get it,
What
bro.
happens when
I
you
totally
discipline-
get what y'all saying. But what I'm saying to you is,
Yeah.
I was that child.
Different time.
I was that child. I was that child that was bullied a little bit when I was
Different
young.
time, different
No. I don't care if different times or not. Bullying made me tougher.
Okay.
Period. Bullying made me tougher.
Okay.
Bullying made me tougher. Bullying made me tougher, and beatings definitely kept me alive when it came down to certain things.
So you.
Everything wasn't
let me
about
ask
a
you- so
beating.
Let me ask you something.
Hold on, let's stay on this.
You look forward to getting beatings.
Hold on.
No,
Tank,
who
Tank.
looks forward to getting
Yeah, what,
beatings?
Let me ask you something, Tank.
Go ahead.
Personal question. Let's stay in because I think we tipping on something real. I think it's good. Let's be honest. You got beat because I got beat as a kid. You got beat too,
Of course.
Reese.
Twice.
Just twice. What did you get? What's the worst thing you got beat with?
Belt. Switch. Extension cord.
Extension cord.
Belt.
Belt.
Stench cord.
Extension cord. Extension cord. How many times you would say you got beat?
With a stench cord?
Just in general, beat.
I would say good maybe 7 times.
I can't even count.
God damn, that was getting beat with extension cords?
Yes, nigga.
I don't.
What the
I'm
fuck,
not
man?
100%
Jesus
sure
Christ, man.
if the extension cord actually touched me. So that's because I was really young. But extension cord did touch my brother. So
Some of
it
my
was
family
in my
members
house.
I got hit 3 times with that extension cord.
Some
3
of my
different
family
welts.
members got-
I remember that day.
got their
Switches.
parents
Jesus.
extension cords in hot water and then whip them.
What the fuck?
That's
For
abuse.
what? What
I
the
don't
fuck
know.
is that,
Abuse,
man?
bro.
That's crazy, bro.
That's abuse.
That's our parents'
Yeah,
generation
true.
went through that shit.
All
My
right.
parents, my dad went through that, man. That's why my dad got ass whoopings, as he was totally against, like,
But your
physically
dad got
discipline.
beat.
Yeah, my dad got beat when he was younger. And my mom, and I remember one time I forgot to bring the trash cans up, right? And it's like the 50th time my dad told me to bring the trash cans up, right? I remember my dad brought me to the bathroom for ass whooping. I could see it in his fucking face. He did not want to do it. He did not. He almost had tears coming down his fucking eyes.
Exactly.
He hit me like, it was the weakest fucking ass whooping I ever had in my life.
Exactly.
Pow, pow. And I was crying. Just the fact that I disappointed my father meant more than that ass whooping did it. I'll be honest with you, because I thought, like, growing up, my dad
But
was
it
my
took
hero at
him
the
to
time.
finally be like, yo,
Yeah.
son.
And then,
Hold on.
and another
Speak
time,
that.
me
Go
and
back to
my
what you just said.
What?
Your dad was your hero. Go speak
my
on that.
dad was so this stuff. He didn't even need to do that. Just him showing he was disappointed in me.
What how did that make you feel? What
I
that
felt
do?
like shit at the time. I felt like a bad son. That was enough. He didn't even need to do the ass whooping. He just needed to show me he was disappointed in me, and that would have changed the whole.
Kev, no. It was the reason that he actually went there that made you like, oh snap, I really didn't know that this was going to make you feel this bad.
Right. Maybe it was. Maybe the fact that he's because I never got an ass whooping. The fact he's doing it this time right here.
The thing I'm saying is
that's what I'm saying.
Did you get a traumatic discipline? Is there one of those disciplines that to this day you can recall clearly, and at the time it was kind of traumatic?
No, every single one was warranted.
No, traumatic to your feelings.
No. Every single one was warranted.
No, warranted. You might have did. I'm not saying you didn't do nothing.
To my feelings,
but
every single one was warranted. I felt bad. I felt bad for every single one whooping that they gave me because I deserved that shit.
With the extension cord?
With the extension cord. Okay, extension cord.
Nah, come on, bro. That's
no. My mom had to grab something real quick.
Oh, it's your mom.
My mom had to get something, bro. She had to get something real fast, and that was.
But that makes it different. But your mom.
But she didn't. But she didn't like go in.
Your mom beat you all those times?
No.
Who else beat you?
My father.
Your real father or your stepfather? Like your biological father or your stepfather?
Okay, now that's where it gets complicated because my biological father wasn't nowhere near around, and my father, the one man I called my father.
Oh, right. That's why I said that.
The man I called my father was there for me, even when my mom and him broke up. He still takes care of me. He still took care of me. He still, to this day, take care of my children as his grandchildren. You understand what I'm saying? Man. So he is my father. Excuse me, I don't want to get emotional about it, but that's just how I feel. Like this man right here is a great man because he had to do none of that. Once him and my mom broke up, he had to see me ever the fuck again, ever. But no, he took me. My mom was like, "Yo, he's acting the fuck up. Bring him to me." And he's always been around, and he's always took care of me. He always said, always. So that man, he deserved to do whatever he did, and he raised a great son.
He beat you too?
Yeah, he beat me, but not a lot. Like it wasn't like everything I've ever got a beating for, it was warranted. It was to the point where I was doing something way out of pocket. You know what I mean? My parents were the abusers. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not an abuser. You know what I mean? I'm not an abuser. I'm more of an in line. Get it in line. And I'm sorry if my old ancient ways of disciplining children are so wrong. But the only reason why I feel as though, because I understand what y'all saying, because I've given my child beatings, and sometimes they go back doing the same shit, but it ain't the same way. You understand what I'm saying?
So your children ain't repeated offenders?
Nah, most of the time.
And I just do something else.
They become repeated offenders when
you beat them
when
again?
I talk a lot, and I do it real calm, like, yo, come on, y'all, you know, like, what's going on? Like, you know you ain't supposed to be doing this. And this be like 6, 7, 8 times.
But don't you
ask my children, they know.
Don't you think that children gauge you very well? They gauge their parents very well. So if you do talk in a calm voice, they know that he got 5 more times before you beat him?
No, I don't know. They could.
You just automatically come out of nowhere and hit them? No, you don't. So they know.
I don't.
They know that they know, well, dad has this much time before he's actually going to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, it should be a way where your kids don't ever get to that point. You get to this point, not that point. You know what I'm saying? How can you fix that? Now, I know you're saying that you could discipline them or beat them or whatever, but for it to be changed, you have to figure out a way where you don't have to beat them and they still listen to you. Because beating does come from what he's talking about, slavery, right?
I agree.
And that I'm saying that if we're gonna count that is an effect from it, right?
It becomes from a very long line.
That's where the complications.
When you start pulling extension cords and shit like that, bro, that's fucking insane,
saying,
man. Like,
that's
sorry.
No.
I'm not. No, you ain't the first person I heard extension cord, but switches and extension cords. It's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, he's not a cattle. I can see your hand, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a spanking and shit like that. Even your belt. You know what I'm saying? Don't you got the real thick one. But I think when you start coming up with creative ways to whoop your child's ass and shit, like, yo, that's like fucking. That's some. But most
of them ways wasn't creative.
I mean, extension cord is fucking creative.
And hot water is very creative.
That's fucking
okay. This thing extension cord and hot water is creative.
That's fucking.
That's what you saying. But just extension cord.
You know what? And you know
wasn't that creative.
You know what's funny?
Hot wheel tracks. We could ask everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody black. You probably go to 5 out of 10 black people,
Extension
especially
cord
in our age bracket.
Extension cord is
Hot wheel tracks.
I will
Yeah, I
say
got the
that
hot wheel
is-
tracks.
and
You know what I'm saying?
and
Like, and
You
switches.
know, it's funny. If you go to like a whole old folks shelter, man, you see so many old people, old women in there, old parents in there. Man, I guarantee you talk to their fucking kids. Why aren't you taking care of your fucking daddy? Beat my ass when I was.
That's a bullshit.
No, it's not. I actually I'm telling
Bullshit,
you,
bro.
it's not
That's
bullshit.
true.
It gotta be white people, bro.
No, it's black people. I just read a
It
story.
got,
Yo,
like I
just
say, I'm
read-
sorry,
yo,
white
I-
people.
Hold on a
Not to
second.
be
Hold on.
saying like
I
that.
swear to God,
But I don't know black people like that, bro. I don't.
I just read.
There's some black people like that.
I don't know black people like that, bro.
We
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say white people like that. I'm so sorry, bro.
Look,
Let me.
we worked in the hospital. There was some people who wouldn't come see their parents at all because they did stuff to them. Yeah, there was a lot of people.
Come on, man.
I worked in a senior citizen home, and none of the kids were just, I ain't coming to see my mom. My mom fucked me up. Or I ain't coming to see my dad. That's true. You gotta admit that.
Yo, I just read a story about
But you
this
gotta
lady
admit
said,
the
I can't wait till my
opposite.
mom
Some kids are
dies.
just
Some kids are just
spoiled.
dickheads. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they
Like,
don't
I'm not
see their
saying they're not.
parents either.
Most of them people would just be.
But I guess what I'm saying to you is the challenging part is to change that, because if we're saying that why specifically black, not only, but why do specifically black people do that and other nationalities don't have to do that? Don't you think we have to change that? Why do we have to beat our kids for our kids to listen to us? Why does it get to that
They still
point?
don't listen. I mean, not Ted. I'm
No, but I
they
hear
still
you,
don't
I hear
listen.
you.
though. They
Yeah,
still go.
And I think
still
we
don't
go
listen.
beyond. We could go further in the diaspora. I think I'm not 100%, but I think it's still like that with Haitians or Caribbeans. I think they get beat like similar to us, but I don't know if the white people, the small amount of white people in those islands, do the same thing. But that's my question. Why does it differ from white America? And I'm just assuming that I think it is slavery, but I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know if something happened after slavery. I don't know if the mentality to beat your kid that to the extreme was the pressures of this country. Was it stress? Is it because I'm inadequate as a man? And I'm talking back in the day, the 50s and stuff like that. Because I've heard beating worse than our beatings back then. Like, it seemed like the further you go back, the more harsh
The beatings were.
I do believe
I
that
could
kind
see a
of
man in Jim.
probably
Just imagine you a father in Jim Crow, where you can't look a white male in his eyes, and when I read, I'll go a step further. When I read the autobiography, the last one I read was Eldridge Cleaver. I read one of Malcolm X or my autobiography and Huey P. Newton, and I started noticing a pattern with all these biographies of their fathers, and their fathers typically in all those people's fathers, when you look back, they were very stern, harsh men when it came to discipline. Loving or not, you can weigh it. You know what I mean? But then I also, in my mind, I take into account the stories of their fathers and living under Jim Crow that had to affect how you beat your kids. That had to.
You talking about just not being able to look a white man in the eye?
Just the
not so
stress
less
of
a man.
whatever. My brother got hung when I was 7. I can't swim in that pool. I can't work. We're on this. We're working. We know we're getting jerked every day. Like, when somebody pisses you off, even though they're 7, that extreme, some of that had to fall into that smack of, I told you not to spill that sugar. Mm-hmm. It just seemed like when I read that, like, I just did it like that. Their fathers were probably like that because what they lived under. Mm-hmm. Some of that had to come into it, not just, oh, I love you and I don't want you to do it again. Just like my environment, my upbringing. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, this is how I was taught you. He said one big thing. He was like, that makes you tougher. That one thing, beyond beating, but that's one thing I noticed with us as a community. The traumas that we endure outside of the home. And when I listen to most of my homies throughout the years, most of y'all have traumatic experiences in the streets, in the home, something. Mm-hmm. And we kind of morph that into like if we overcome it, my bad, bro. If we overcome it, it's a pillar under us that made us strong. but we never say, but at what cost?
Mm-hmm. That's because we don't believe in mental health.
Yep.
We don't believe in mental health.
I will agree.
You know, I'm an example. We just go on with our fucking day. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just like suck it up, drive on. Suck it up and drive on. We don't actually see a therapist or talk to somebody that's going to help. You know what I'm saying?
With that said, because we were circling back to dysfunctional black people and what we do and why we this way or we don't come together and all that. Who was the hands most of your trauma was from? Were they white hands? Were they black hands?
Black hands.
Recently.
In your life, growing up.
Black life was, obviously, it was black.
Black hands.
I'm not saying that makes black people worse. That's not my argument.
You know what's funny? The most trauma I had growing up, man, was like living in like suburban America. Suburban America. There was like low key. I remember moving to Jersey, like there were a few black people going to Glen Landing, right? And I remember I didn't really grow up with that many white people growing up as a kid. So when you start hearing little sly comments and shit, and I remember the time me and Ted and Omar and Matt, we were at the fucking movie theater. We were just hanging out by a fucking car. Remember that 50 fucking cops pulled us in the Deptford Police at the movie theater for no fucking reason, doing absolutely fucking nothing, man. Nothing, man. Getting thrown against the car, man. Getting fucking embarrassed in front of everybody for no apparent fucking reason at all. Never forget that day in my life. So it ain't traumatic.
I remember that day.
Outside of a few fights and skirmishes I had with some brothers and shit, but that's just like normal shit. Yeah. Any traumatic things I've had as growing up from a child to adulthood, and like 99% white people. That's just my experience because I didn't grow up in an inner city community. So I can't really speak on that. You know what I'm saying? That didn't happen to me. So most of my experiences have been like living in like from 13 on, living out here, just certain things that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? As far as like growing up in like a suburban, a majority suburban community. That to me is little like, you know what I'm saying?
I think with Ted, I guess what I was trying to say to him was your traumatic experiences you don't believe was traumatic that happened to you back in the day with your.
Oh no, I believe it's some.
Okay,
well, I don't know spankings.
Yeah, right.
I don't think they were traumatic, but I've lived through traumatic things.
Society, the way it's set up now, a kid could not log on Facebook is traumatic. You know what I'm saying? Like the trauma that children go to today is so hyper over the top. You know what I'm saying? So you disciplining your kids is a part of that trauma because they're soft. Kids are soft now. Let's just be clear.
I wouldn't call them soft, man.
Kids are very soft.
You know what, man? Kids are soft. You know what? Like, I'm an example, right? If me and Jay get in a fight, right? Jay, it's back in the 90s. Jay kicks my ass in front of the whole fucking school. Guess what? It's forgotten about in a couple weeks. No one's making fun of me anymore. If Jay kicks my ass right now in school, it's on fucking 1,000 motherfuckers watching the fight. So it's not being soft because now you're watching 1,000 people watch you get your ass whooped. If you got your ass whooped, I got my ass whooped. Guess what? Only like 3 people were there.
I get that.
Not 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. But you also gotta look at the other side of that. You know what I'm saying? You talking about the 1,000 people see it, but how do you feel about that? How you feel about 1,000 people seeing it?
A fight?
Online.
Bro,
as a kid.
So I think hold on a second. I think no. I think it's totally wrong. After me and you were just talking about, I don't watch boxing. I don't watch UFC. I barely watch any violent what do they call it? Program shows. I'm not even a real. It didn't change what I listen to. I'm not a real big believer in violence. You know what I'm saying? I think something we should get away from. It kind of like makes us look like, you know what I mean, cavemen, whatever. It's like you know what I'm saying, Neanderthals and shit. Don't be wrong. I believe you should defend yourself and stuff like that if you have to. But I don't believe celebrating violence is like like you watch it's like gladiator shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit. Like, I mean, don't be wrong. Like, I watch a couple flicks here and there. For the most part, I'm trying to deprogram myself from actually being a supporter of violent TV shows or even as a sport. That's not something I'm into. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a bad example to ask that kind of question to. You know
I see what you're saying about like it could be seen more by people,
right?
But it's just what the times are. So you adapt, you adjust. These things go in.
That's about
these
things.
Let me finish.
What you just said.
Let me finish. You adapt and you adjust.
Yes.
So now the times are everybody sees it.
So
let me finish.
Go ahead, my nigga.
So now the times is everybody sees it.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal no more. You understand what I'm saying? 3 people watching you get beat up. A whole school seeing you get beat up.
Yeah, you're not the only person.
You're not the only person. No, now It happens all the time. So it's now, but it's the same thing. You're over it.
Using that same logic.
You're over it.
You're using that same logic. How come you can't adapt to not disciplining your kids?
Do I have to?
Yes.
That's the question. No, do I have to?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Wait.
Why?
Because studies show, he just admitted to you that it doesn't help. So if it doesn't help,
In who eyes?
Why? So
all because there's a study don't mean I agree with the study.
yes and no.
What you mean? That's
At the same time, it's his
Yes
kids,
and no.
man. Like,
It's your kids. I get
No.
it.
But I totally get what you're coming. I understand what y'all saying. What y'all saying is nothing wrong in it, bro.
But Tank,
There's nothing wrong in it.
The premise of
But
your
that's
argument,
like,
the premise of your argument was
that's like me believing in God and you trying to tell me something different, bro. Ain't nothing you can say.
Yes and no.
No, there's nothing you can say to change my mind.
Yes and no.
If I'm into my God, into my Bible, there's nothing you can say to me to change my mind.
So you stuck in your ways.
Pretty much.
I'm asking. Wait. I'm asking.
Not with everything. Not with everything.
So you can be.
But people have some people have core principles.
And your core principle is?
I just told you what my core principle was.
And what I'm saying.
I believe that spanking is fine.
Okay, this is what I'm saying to you. Over time, right? Mm-hmm. For us to evolve and change, we have to change, right?
Okay.
So
I don't believe that has to be changed.
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish.
There's nothing that Maurice can say to me.
I get it.
That make me want to change my view.
I'm just going to give you my argument. I'm not trying to convince you to change what you do. What I'm saying is, if over time, if you're saying that we're still affected by slavery, then how come you don't change that? If that is a part of slavery, or if that goes back to slavery. If it goes back to slavery, why are you so dead set on not changing that?
Because he's using. But if you go back to what he said, it's a last resort for him, and he's doing it from a place of love. It's not a place of anger.
But he's not the only person that's dealing with it, though.
Yeah,
he don't have to live with that.
Yeah, but at the same time, though.
What are you talking
well, you do gotta live with it.
that?
I'm sorry.
What are you
do
talking
gotta
about?
live with it. I'm sorry. You do gotta live with it. But I'm saying you're not the only person that has to live with it. Okay. Because some people are affected differently.
Okay.
So you okay with your child be affected differently for the rest of their life?
Yes.
Why? Why are you okay with that? Why are you okay with
why
your
should
child
not be okay with it?
Because
so you okay with your child being traumatized by that?
My child is not going to be that traumatized
How do you know
about
that?
it. Because I know.
Because
Reese, was you traumatized by beating?
Jay, was you crazy traumatized about the beating you got? I mean, like, to the point where Jay turned out to be the worst person in the fucking world.
Okay, wait a minute. I got a rebuttal for that.
I do have a beating, but it's a different situation, to do with
I got a rebuttal for that.
Like, you love your stepfather. This is my mom's boyfriend.
That's different.
You know what I mean? So
I got a rebuttal for that. Look, I understand exactly what you're saying when you say that. But what I'm saying to you is the times we're living in, whether you want to say you push your kids this way, there are people pulling your kids in opposite directions now. Okay. When we were growing up, not so much.
Not so much, but it was still there.
No, not so much.
You crazy, boy. I had gangs.
Man.
What are you talking about, bro? I couldn't walk down the block.
What do you mean?
I couldn't walk down the block without almost getting into a fight.
I ain't talking about that. That's
that's what we're talking about.
Listen, no, that's not what I'm talking about.
Then what are you talking about?
What I'm saying is,
what are you talking about? What you talking about? A scholar?
No,
somebody telling you something like that? Because somebody had some research?
You gonna let me finish?
Come on, bro.
What I'm saying to you is, your children now have about 10 voices in their head now, telling them what's right, what's wrong. You using the old ways to do stuff, eventually that's not going to work anymore. That's what I'm saying to you, because there's too many people pulling your kids in different directions. They're going to put your kid on their side. That's what I'm saying to you. So why do you continue to do that when you know there is a chance, but there is a chance that you can lose your child forever?
Well, I haven't lost not one child yet. And my child, you can have a conversation with my children. My children know they're loved.
Daddy, I ain't questioning your love.
No. I want you to understand. My children know they're loved.
I'm not questioning that.
No. They don't.
That has nothing to do with love.
What I'm saying is that's where the respect comes in.
I'm not questioning that either.
So what are you saying?
I'm telling you that people are influenced by other things. That's what I'm saying.
And it's
much more.
I was influenced by the Wu-Tang.
But But
I wanted to be God body for a moment.
Yeah, but we here, but like this, we here. Like this is a war. So unless you got evidence, more evidence.
I wanted to be God body for a moment. I studied the lessons and decided this is not the route I wanted to go. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to be influenced by other things. But when you got that that ground stuff that your parents put in you from right here, usually it still comes back. When you get older and get your mind to a point where you're learning and you're studying, yes, especially when it comes out of love.
Right. So, we here. We just got a disagreement. That's a wall. It's kind of getting repetitive. You know what I mean? Tank believe what he believe, whatever. Where we at with the slavery thing?
I think we touched on the big one.
Disagreeing.
I believe.
Let me tell you something.
I believe that is to me. I do believe
right.
that is. I do believe that slave masters told the mother or the father to get that boy in check or whatever, and they beat them in there. I do believe that was passed down from generation to generation. And as far as the whips go, that's the whole point of a switch. It's like that's what a switch is. Like, and scars
you know what?
on your back. You go to school, you lift the shirt up, and you got whips on your back.
I will take the time out to listen to what y'all saying because I'm not a closed-minded guy.
I know you're not
at all.
I know you're not.
So I will take the time to.
Nah, man, bro, shit, you
great
that's
dad,
not
bro.
I would never even.
No, that's not what I'm saying, bro.
All right, good, man.
I'm not a close. No. I just want to understand that.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
That's not what I'm saying, bro. No.
I know.
I want to say this to make it clear.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Especially that we're in front of a camera, and I want to make it clear. All because, you know what I mean, I feel the way I feel. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
I give a fuck.
You know what, though, man?
But my brothers are telling me something.
Yeah.
So if my brothers are telling me something, I have no problem because you're not telling me nothing out of hate.
Yeah.
I'm a big person on love. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big person on love. I don't believe that Maurice is going to tell me something that's going to sit there that you're telling me something because you want something bad to happen to me. I don't believe ever Kevin's going to tell me anything that's because it's bad for me. You understand what I'm saying? It's just how I feel.
Yeah.
So I don't mind with you telling me that to go doing some research. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just speak the way I feel.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. It's not like a thing. Like if you feel the type of way, like when you feel the way you feel, you know what I mean? You must feel this way about some reason. So me respecting the person that you are and respecting the person that you are and you are, because I highly respect every single man that's at this table. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't mind doing the research, even though I still might not disagree. I still might not agree.
I guess what I'm saying before we end
That's
this.
all I'm saying.
Before we end this, I just think that we can all achieve the same goal without doing something to harm someone. That's what I'm saying.
But that's the problem with bad people. We don't do this. We don't act like love. We don't act out of love, bro. And I mean, I don't want to be brother love and shit like that. But for real, even though we have differences, if the key goal was to make sure that we took care of us out of love and make sure that Jimmy from O Block and Kawan from 27th Street had education and grow up to be the highest potential that they could be. If
because of my community.
Yes. You know what I mean? Then everything will be fine for us.
You're actually missing that. You're missing a key component, I think.
It's hard.
You had your stepfather. You had your dad.
It's
I had my dad. You had your. I said your mom's boyfriend. You had a male figure in the household. Man, there's the amount of single households is a whole nother. I think it's a whole nother fucking topic. Yeah, you know what I mean?
We can bring that one back.
We can talk about. But back to the whipping thing, right? So I didn't get my ass whooped. You guys did, right? I mean, if we look at our lives, we all turned out almost acting the fucking same. Like we all got the same shit. So I don't think, like I said, it kind of proves my point. It don't make a fucking difference. I got baby mamas, you got baby mamas and shit. What the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell, bro?
I got my ass whooped. You ain't get your ass whooped. We turned up the same.
I mean, I guess ass whoopings are a part of the culture, and I think that black people do. I think we do as black people kind of not celebrate it as in like having parades in the street, but we's like, look, I'm the head of this house. Like I'm doing this. Like I do believe that.
Shit, I'd rather get my ass whooped than get my hair cut on social media.
I would too.
Shit, I'd rather get my to pull the switch.
I would agree with that.
Man. That's fucking terrible, man.
I think embarrassing me. That's a traumatic experience.
Yeah, man.
You can't outlive that because it's always gonna be there for you to see. An ass whooping, you can forget about that.
You know what?
I will say that.
Embarrassment, you can forget about embarrassment.
Not on social media.
Yo, you know what's funny? The truth
What?
Yo, that even social media, right? Even an adult, right? I remember being in a
Somebody can bring
right?
it up that was just funny. That did happen.
Nah, you know,
I'm a grown adult.
Yo,
come on, bro. My parents just saved my head.
So let me ask you something.
That happened.
Have you, like, real quick, hold on.
I'll ask you another.
Let me real quick. I remember being in a Zoom meeting, right? Imagine like a vice president or director checking your ass in front of a bunch of fucking people. That's like, that's an embarrassing feeling. So getting your hair cut, I know how I felt. Like it didn't happen to me, but I saw it happen to somebody. I'm like, fuck, that's fucked up, man. Like I feel bad. I still remember to this day. I'll always remember that shit happening because I've seen it quite a few times. But now getting your ass whooped on social media, that's a whole other embarrassment.
I'm not whooping my kids' ass on
Before
damn
we
social
end
media.
this, before we end this real quick, right? So
That's going too much.
I want to ask you just one quick answer. Do you think on social media, you think a parent embarrassing their kid cutting their hair, or is that worse than a parent actually calling them names?
What do you mean?
Like, you were such a stupid motherfucker. You so dumb.
I think that's so much worse.
You think that's worse? Okay, so that's what we're dealing with now, because a lot of parents do that too on social media. They embarrass their kids.
Like that's crazy. Like telling you, that's to me. That's
that's worse than
verbal abuse.
Verbal abuse. Verbal abuse to me,
it's never productive, bro. I mean, how you gonna keep your child thinking positive if you throwing insults? Shit don't work for me, bro. It don't.
Hey man, talk to yourself.
Don't work for me. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe.